Hey everyone, it's Kaycienikole, and today we're going to go through a dynamic stretching practice, full body. So head to toe, we're going to create more opening and more space, more awareness, more lubrication into our joints. This practice is perfect if you want to do it first thing in the morning to kind of open up your body for the day, or perhaps something you want to do right before any kind of physical activity. Now, every physical activity is going to ask something a little bit different of us, depending on the area of the body that gets used the most. But this is going to be full body awareness. So everything's going to get a little bit of that movement involved. Dynamic stretching is better before we do something more physical. We're going to use a lot of that muscular activation, and we want to focus more on the releasing after we've done that physical kind of activation, and so we can wind down. So today is going to be more about moving and keeping that energy flowing. So no props are needed. We're going to start in a standing position. So go ahead and come up onto your feet. We're just going to take a couple deep breaths together. Release your breath all the way out. Deep breath through the nose, filling up the entire body. Bottom to the top, hold it. Open up your mouth and exhale, let it go. Again, slow breath in, filling all the way up to the top. This time, keep the breath through your nose, slow and steady breath out. Separate your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Take your arms out to your sides, and we're just going to start rocking side to side. This is one of my favorite ways to open up in the mornings. Now, as you're kind of sweeping side to side, notice the pivot in my feet. As I sweep to the left side, my right foot is pivoting. And also when I go to the right side, my left foot is pivoting. And that way you create a little bit more fluidity in your motion. Okay. Go ahead and slowly sway yourself back to center. And then from here, we're going to reach the arms up. And then exhale, bring them all the way back. Keep the spine nice and tall. Don't lean back or forward. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, sweep them back. Now you're going to keep your right hand back. Inhale your left arm up. And then on your exhale, switch arms. Right arm up, left arm back. And then switch. Just connect with your breath. It doesn't matter what breath sequence you're moving at. Just feel a little bit of that breath connection. Okay. Arms out to the sides, nice and wide. And then exhale, close the arms over the chest, one arm on top. Inhale, open them up. Exhale, cross opposite arm over the top. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and then exhale. And just go ahead and move on your own. It doesn't have to be inhale, exhale. Maybe you start to move a little bit quicker, but just make sure that your breath is still there. Okay. Now, from here, next time right arm crosses over, keep it over, hook the left arm in front, and just start to pull it in just a little bit. Take a breath. Exhale, release, arms out, and then bring them across the chest, hooking underneath the left arm and start to draw it in. Inhale, open, cross it over, do the right side. Inhale, open, cross over, left side pulls in. And just go ahead and do that a few more rounds. Okay. Now, inhale, right arm up, bend the elbow, hand drops back. Left hand comes to the top of the elbow, pull it back and down. And then release, arms up, bend your left elbow, right hand to the top of the elbow, drawing it back. Release, arms back, bring them overhead, bend your right elbow, draw it back. Release, arms up, bend your left elbow, pulling it back. Release. Do it a couple more times, both sides on your own. All right. And then go ahead and release, arms down to your sides, roll the shoulders forward and up. And then roll them all the way back and down. One more time, roll the shoulders forward and up. And then roll them back and down. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, chin to chest, and then roll it all the way over to the left. Inhale here. Exhale, chin to your chest. Roll it over to the right side. Take a breath in. Exhale, chin to chest. Roll it to the left. Inhale. Exhale, roll it down, and then lift your head all the way back up into a nice neutral position. Separate your feet a little wider than your hips. You can always play with that placement. Turn the toes out. Create two little C grips with your hands as you cup them over the knees. You're going to lean forward and then start to bend the knees to drop the hips in. Now, the more you can straighten the arms here, the more you're going to feel this kind of stretch and what we're going to work towards. So as you press the thighs open, just start to sway side to side between your feet. Come to center, and then dropping the right shoulder down. Inhale, bring the chest back to center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder. Inhale up. Exhale, drop the right shoulder. Really press the legs away. Try to straighten the arms as best as you can. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, drop the left shoulder. Go ahead and do one more full round on your own. And then slowly come back up, standing up, walk the feet in. Go ahead and shake it out real quick. Okay, so if you need a wall for balance and stability, you can take it. Otherwise, you're going to just work a little bit more balance with this next movement. Weight into your right foot, lift your left knee, and then you're just going to kind of turn your knee out. Notice how the foot kind of comes in, creating more of that external rotation. And then do the other side. Knee turns in, foot sweeps out. Okay, and then what I want you to do is almost imagine that you're drawing a figure 8 position with your heel. And as you do, emphasize the movement through the knee and through the hip socket. So you're just drawing that figure 8. And then go ahead and release the foot down. Let's do the other side. Right knee lifts up, turn the knee in, turn the knee out, and then start to draw those little figure 8s. So you're getting that nice internal and external rotation. And then bring it back to center. Okay, we're going to separate the feet nice and wide again. We're going to turn the toes. Actually, let's bring the feet parallel to each other for now. Take the hands, bring them behind your back, and interlace your fingers. Draw out through the knuckles. If the arms don't fully straighten, that's okay. You can always take a strap between the hands if you want a little more space. Take a deep breath in, chest up. And then exhale, hinging forward. Feel the arms pull away from the back as much as comfortable. Just take an extra breath here. Hands to the back, and then release them all the way down to the ground. Lengthen the spine. Let's turn the toes out away from each other. Bend your right knee and walk yourself over to that right side, sinking into this kind of side lunge position. Now, as you're here, it's okay to be propped up on your right foot onto the toes, but if you can get the heel down, great. If you're up onto the toes, you can stay here. Maybe play on rolling up onto that opposite heel and then grounding the foot back down. If the heel is down, as you roll up onto the heel, try to sink your hips back and down towards the ground as much as you can. Maybe they sit, maybe they don't. And then come back up, roll the foot down. Wherever you are, just start to move on your own, back and forth. Feel the pivot on that left foot, helping to create more space into the inner hip, groin, and also into the hamstrings. Now you could continue here a few more rounds. Otherwise, if your hip does sit all the way down to the ground, keep it here, left arm down, sweep it towards your right ankle as you reach your right arm all the way over. Coming all the way up, we're going to roll back up. Use your hands, press yourself back to center, and then all the way over to the left side. Same thing, you can stay here, maybe just play on as you roll up onto the heel and then roll the toes back down, okay? Or Let your hips move with it, sinking down, sinking back up, sinking down, sinking back up. Couple more. Now you can stay here, continuing these movements, or maybe you sit back. Maybe you're able to sit all the way to the ground with control. Right arm sweeps to the left as the left arm reaches over your head, getting a nice little opening into your side body. And then come all the way back up. Lift yourself up, pivot the foot down, press yourself all the way back to center. And let's take the hands to the hips. Come all the way up, heel toe the feet back in towards one another, and just kind of shake out your legs. Walk yourself towards the front. Inhale, the arms reach up. Bend your elbows, pull them back as you open up your chest, and then hinge at your hips, draping all the way down. Now you should be standing at the top of your mat now. So if you're not here, make your way here. Long spine on an inhale. Exhale, step your left foot back. Make sure you're in this nice long runner's lunge position where your front knee is over the ankle. And then we'll gently drop the back knee and release the toes. Now this next one, depending on your flexibility, you might not be able to straighten the leg fully without blocks. If you have blocks, you can grab them. Otherwise, we're just going to move without them. And that way you can kind of feel your limits on flexibility. So first, just let your hips start to sink forward and down. And as they sink down, draw your ribs forward and up. Take a breath in. And then exhale, you're going to pull the hips back. You can walk the foot forward a little bit and just try to straighten out the leg as much as possible. It's okay if there's a bend into the knee, but try to straighten out your spine. Breath in. And then exhale, bend into the front knee, bring it in a little bit if needed, start to sink the hips forward and down. So you're getting that stretch into the front of the hip and then the stretch to the back of the hip. Pull the hips back, maybe walk the foot forward, roll up onto the heel, folding over. Then bend the knee, walk it in, sink the hips, heart forward and up. And then exhale, pull it back. Now, this time as you rebend into the knee, left hand plants down, right arm reaches up, maybe catch the back foot or just keep it down and reach the hand towards the ceiling. Take another breath in and then gently release. Take the right hand all the way down, tuck the toes, lift the knee and step forward. Long spine breath in and then exhale, right foot steps all the way back. Drop that back knee. Release the toes. Begin to feel your hips sinking forward and down towards the front heel as much as they can. As the hips sink heavy, rib cage pulls forward and the heart lifts up. And then exhale, pull the hips back. Maybe walk the foot forward as you straighten out the front leg. Lengthen to the spine as you fold. Bend into the front knee, maybe bring it in a little bit. Hips sink forward and down, ribs drop forward, heart lifts up. Slowly pull the hips back, maybe walk it forward, rolling up onto the heel toes back. Bend into the knee, sink in, hips melt forward and down, heart lifts forward and up. And then pull the hips back, straighten out the front leg to the best of your ability, folding over. Go ahead and rebend into the knee. Right hand plants down, left hand high. Stay here or bend the back knee and catch the foot. Your option. One more breath. Release the foot if you have it. Hand comes down. This time, hips back. Pull the foot back. Bring it around into a tabletop position. Feel free to shake it out a little bit here. And then stacking your joints, shoulders over wrists, hips over the knees. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, round your back, tuck your chin, tuck your tail, and feel that cat position. Inhale, drop down through the belly. Lift up through your heart, lift up through your hips. And then exhale, rounding and curling again. Inhale, open and extend. And just take a few more on your own, moving how you please, adding in any additional movements that help you. Slowly make your way back into a nice neutral shape. Walk your knees back, keep your hips stacked over the knees as the hands walk forward, and just melt your ribs and chest towards the ground. Now drop your elbows, look forward, lift up through your chest, bring your chest forward, maybe walk the knees back, coming into a Sphinx position. Pull through the ground, lift up through your heart, and then bend your elbows, open them nice and wide. Slide your hands back underneath your shoulders. Inhale, lift up into your cobra, variation of your choosing. Listen to your body. Exhale, pull the hips up and back. Hips stack over the knees. Walk the hands forward. Melt the heart. Take a breath. Drop the elbows, look forward, come forward. Maybe walk the forearms more forward to sink the hips down to the ground, Sphinx position. Pull the ground towards you, ribs forward, heart up. And then bend the elbows, open them wide, sink down. Hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift up into your cobra. And then exhale, pulling back onto the knees. One more round. Hips over the knees, walk the hands forward, melt the chest. Come up onto the elbows, maybe walk the forearms forward as you sink the hips into your Sphinx position, gripping into the ground, lifting the heart up. And then exhale, open up the elbows, slide the hands back underneath your shoulders. Inhale, lift up through the heart. And on your exhale, you're going to come all the way back down to the ground. I'm going to start with the left arm. Left arm reaches left side, palm down. Keep the right hand underneath the shoulder. Bend into the right knee. Press and roll over onto your left hip. Open up the body as much as you can. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, roll back over onto your belly. Right arm reaches to the right. Left hand underneath your left shoulder. Bend your left knee and roll open onto your right hip. Take a breath in. Breath out, come all the way back down, roll down onto your belly, switch arms, open up as you roll up onto your left hip. Exhale, roll it back down, switching arms, right arm to the side, left hand underneath the shoulder, roll open onto the right hip. Slowly bring it back down. Now from here, hands underneath the shoulders, press up tabletop, sweep the legs around, come into a nice seated position. Let's cross right leg in front of the left leg. From here, arms reach up, breath in. Exhale, hinge forward, but sweep the arms back so you feel that full strength into the hips. Inhale, come up, sweep arms up. Exhale, hinge forward as the arms sweep back. Inhale, reach up. Let's do that again. Exhale, sweep it back as you hinge forward. Feel the strength of your legs and hips. Inhale, come up. Exhale, twist to the right side. Left hand to your right knee, right fingertips to the ground. Lift up with an inhale. Twist with an exhale. One more here. Deep breath in and a deep breath out to twist. Continue to hold onto your knee. Take your back hand, reach it up. Inhale, lifting the spine. Exhale, lean over to the left. Inhale, reach up. Both arms come up high, unravel to center. Bend your elbows, pull them back as you sweep your arms down to your sides. Let's switch the crossing of the legs, bringing the left leg in front. Arms reach up, take a deep breath in, lifting spine. Exhale, hinge forward, feel the arms sweep back. Inhale, bring it all the way up, reaching tall. Exhale, hinge forward, sweep back through the arms. Again, inhale, come up. Exhale, sweep it back. As you inhale, come all the way up, and we're going to exhale, twist to the left side. Right hand to your left knee, left fingertips to the ground. Lift on an inhale. And then exhale, rotate open. Deep breath in, feel the spine lift. Deep breath out, feel that rotation. One more breath here. Keep the hand attached to the knee, backhand reaches up, inhale. And then exhale, lean over to the right side. Breath. Coming all the way back up. Arms reach back to center, spine lifts. Exhale, bend your elbows, pull them back, and feel the arms drop all the way down to your sides. Roll the shoulders forward and up. And exhale, roll them all the way back and down. Let's take the hands together at heart center. Deep inhale. Open up your mouth and just let it out. If you would like to take a little rest, you can take a rest. If you're going to do some kind of physical activity right after this, we're going to keep this energy by just closing out our practice here. So just feel your breath, relax your mind, thank your bodies for all that they do for you, and just knowing if we spend a little bit of time just preparing, warming, and connecting with our bodies, that we feel much, much better. Open up your eyes whenever you are ready. So I love incorporating all of these movements prior to any kind of exercise that I do. And you can add this to your routine if you'd like, or maybe you found certain postures or movements that really are more beneficial towards whatever it is that you're doing. I would love to hear your feedback in the comments, and I'm looking forward to practicing with you again soon. Thanks so much.